Hello, hi, and howdy. Welcome on in. I am Rocklive GNS, and welcome back to episode 4 of Vintage Story. Last episode I left off, I was talking about making a 7x7x7 box in order to create firewood, and let me tell you, I'm making it, and it's a lot bigger in person than it is on paper. I hope you're having a good morning or good day or good evening, and I want to take a quick moment to say thank you so much for all the support that you've been showing so far on this series. I've really appreciated it, and honestly, it's making it that I want to really keep at this. So I definitely look forward to making more. So someday I will fill this box up. I can guarantee you it's not going to be anytime soon. And yeah, I wasn't expecting it really to seem that big when I had the number going. But, you know, and in time, just like the house, in time I'll actually decorate for it. What really set it apart as far as how much room it was going to take is filling it up. And since I really want to get into copper, I need the charcoal. I mean, I could actually get away with the brown coal. But I've only found bits and pieces, and I want to make sure I actually have enough coal to do everything. So I decided that since I really want to get to it, I'll just make one layer. And even one layer, 7x1, is turned out to be a lot of wood, which is cool. But I don't have. I have I have got the forest to support it, but I don't have the tree farm to support it just yet, or the tools. And I really started to figure out, even just having it, with in a 7x1, that trying to fill this thing up is going to go through a lot of tools and a lot of trees. So, and not even just necessarily chopping down the trees if I set up a tree farm. Just turning it into firewood is going to be that's going to be hectic. But I'll still go ahead and just make a charcoal pit box inside of the box. So it's kind of double covered, essentially. I think eventually I'll go ahead and plug the middle hole in the roof. I'm not going to worry about it for right now. Get it all nice and lit up and covered, and huzzah. So starts the charcoal, which is the last piece I need in order to be able to enjoy copper. Get into the copper age. That's what this episode's all about, is finally getting into the copper age. All my stuff from the clay pits are all nice and done, which is awesome. And another quiet, not rainy night. Yeah. I think, though, tomorrow, while that's going on, I am going to go explore. The last few days, I've just been doing things around the house. And, making it, clearing it out, but I've been stuck here for the most part, other than when I needed to go get clay. So I think Day 8, I think I'm going to actually go explore at least a little bit. I want to hit up that ruins that's behind the house and see what kind of good fun things I can find there. But first, before I do all that, I want to grab up some of these vessels, and actually, which is going to be so nice having more storage space that I didn't have to work hard to get. I mean, it took a while. Ooh, butterfly. Random butterflies invading my house. I don't even have flowers in my house. They just randomly appear. All that extra storage space. It's nice to have it. I'm really looking forward to getting everything arranged better, though, so I can start organizing and stuff like that. Once I have a saw, I can, and an anvil and a saw, I can start looking into creating chests as well. And I gotta say, I really look forward to that. So before I go out and explore, I'm going to drop these couple of seeds I have. I really look forward to getting shears so I can. I chop down. I'm only getting like one tree seed every 4 or 5 trees I'm chopping down. But as I understand it, using shears to cull the leaves, you can actually get more. More bushes for the front of the house. I'll definitely have a nice supply of fruit. Alright, let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Break it open. And this one is fire clay. Nice. Which, the way they've got 120 set up, I guess finding fire clay is a lot harder. Or not necessarily harder, but less abundant. And huzzah, my very first torch holder. And some bony soil. Those torch holders are great, because then your torch just lasts forever. More bony soil. That stuff is going to be good for finding candles, hopefully. I happen to like this little hut. I'm sure the people that were here before me weren't fond of it, but here we are. Alright, let's see what we get this time. Carrot seeds. Ooh. I'll be able to start farming soon. But yeah, that little hut is actually pretty nice. I'm half tempted to dig this whole area out and see if there's more to discover that I haven't yet. And then this time, soybeans. Very cool. And if I'm not mistaken, you can actually get cooking oil from soybeans. It's one of the things you can actually do that with. Now, something else I didn't take into account when I made this 7x7x7 is not just filling it up, it's also the unfilling it. I'm going to go through so many shovels. Yeah, for a while, I might just keep it as a pretty looking box and only do 1, maybe 2 layers, because just this one layer, I ended up with a fair good amount of coal out of it, and I'm definitely not upset about that. I mean, as you see, I got just over 4 stacks of coal, so that'll last me for a good bit too. Now, before I get into copper, I need my tongs. You do not try to grab a crucible without tongs. You try to grab a crucible without tongs, and you're going to just drop on the floor. I got everything all together, and now I have a hot crucible full of 500 units of copper, and I'm actually really kind of excited about that because I'm making copper tools for the first time. So I get the get the molds going. Now I did learn that if you stand just a tad too close to the mold, that the because of how hot it is, it'll kick you back. And the first time that happened, I didn't realize that's what was going on. But when it happened again, I was realized, oh, okay. So when you're pouring molds, stand at least a little bit back. You don't have to be right on top of it, or it's going to kick you out of the way. To end this day off, I mean, I've got copper. I've got copper tools, and to kind of make this day go by a little bit quicker while the tools cool, I did some bony soil sifting, which I actually found really relaxing, and it passed the time for my tools to, the molds to actually cool down and be usable. Unfortunately, though, all the bony soil I had this time, not a single candle. I got some other useful things, like I got some flax twine, which I'll be able to turn into, what is it? Or flax fibers that I'll be able to turn into twine, and that twine will come in handy for when I can make a bucket. So I mean that worked out well because I haven't found any flax seeds anywhere yet. Not seen it out in the wild yet. So nice having all this storage. And then now I have hardened copper tool heads. It was actually really nice. And I'll have more, of course, once I get an anvil going. But I need to get more copper. It turned out that I didn't have enough for what I picked up. I had quite a bit of it, but I just need to get a little bit more. Which, honestly, won't be too much of a problem. And then after I get the tools, I want some place to actually put some of them that I'm not going to carry on me all the time. So, simple tool rack. And then I can actually store things, not have to worry about it. I do appreciate the fact that a tool rack is incredibly simple. You can also just lean tools up against the wall. So you don't have to put them on the wall like that. Hi-ya! And that is a fine looking axe. So of course, I need to test this out. Make sure it works. So I'll clear a little bit of this out, get me into the evening. But I won't really go at it too much. I mean, like I've mentioned before, my basement's going to be a work in progress for a little bit. But with that, I have copper tools. I've got enough to almost get enough copper to get an anvil going. I've got an always-on light source. And that's where I'm going to end it. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a good morning, good day, good evening, whatever the case may be for you. I hope it's a good one. And until next time, take care and bye-bye.